This conference will now be recorded.
What's up, Flex fam? Trade with traders. What's going on, guys? Happy Tuesday. I hope everybody is having a great start to the week. I just recorded a 30-minute video, and I realized I was on mute. So I still have thoughts fresh in my head, but I'm kind of blown because it was such a good video, man. Oh my God. Oh well, it's all good. But yeah, it's that time of day when I'm out of the gym. I typically like to get to the park, maybe go for a run, meditate, read, especially when the weather's as good as it is right now. It's like 81 degrees, sunshine, so it's gorgeous. So especially when the market's slower like this, it feels good to just get outside and just be one with nature and taking some vibes from the sun, etc. Um, Not so much screen time, right? It's like there's a time and place for it. So yeah, there's just a couple things I want to talk about that um, I had on my mind, and I figured it'd be a good topic to discuss with you. But I guess first and foremost, and I know this is recording, so it's not like I can look at you guys like live, real time commenting, but I am curious like how everybody's doing. And I guess you could ask yourself these questions too. Are you over trading? Are you burning yourself out? Are you trading with conviction as if it's a higher quality setup than it is? Are you is your size still the same as if it was a 5-star setup? Are you trading 3 stars and 2 stars as if they were 4 stars and 5 stars? Are you, and I've used this metaphor in the past, but are you sifting through the couch cushions? Are you looking to force a scalp trade? Are you going above and beyond to find any kind of confirmation bias to find a day trade type of opportunity? If the answer to any or all of those questions is yes, then perhaps the sound of the birds is just so, I love it. I love it so much. It's so soothing to the soul. Um, if the answer to any of those questions, or you know, maybe you answered yes to all those questions, but perhaps you need to take a step back, scale back, get a little more patient. I swear this bird's like trying to talk to me. I don't know what he's saying. I don't know if he's happy. I don't know if he's mad. I'm gonna just let it be. Um, but if you're answering yes to those questions, then that probably means that the last several weeks, the last couple months, has probably been pretty stressful, right? You're not quite adapting to the changing tide. So the changing tide could be as simple as less liquidity. So when there's less liquidity, you can't enter and you can't exit with the same amount of size as quickly and as efficiently as possible. You're not trading, or you are trading, or you're trying to trade in an environment as if that environment is what it previously was. So in other words, the current environment is dried up. Liquidity's dried up across small caps, mid caps, micro caps. It's not the same as it was back in February, January, December, most of last year. So if you're still trading with that type of size and with that kind of conviction, you're probably struggling and you're probably stressed out, and you're probably, reevaluating a lot of things. You're probably asking yourself, am I really cut out to be trading? Do I really have what it takes? And of course the answer is yes, but you need to understand that when the environment changes, so too does your trading style. For me, and again, I don't know, I felt like I did a good job of like talking about it and discussing it and foreshadowing it, but perhaps I didn't do a good enough job of it. But because I've had some private messages and I've had some questions, asking like, what am I trading? And, why aren't I trading as much, et cetera, et cetera. But, for those who were a part of the community back in January and February, or for those of you who watch those videos, that I was very adamant and very, table pounding the fact that I thought the liquidity was going to dry up. I thought we were overdue for that digestive phase for a lot of those high growth speculation stocks, the small, mid, micro cap stocks from last year, especially the green energy sector, um, the marijuana sector, the crypto sector. A lot of these bubbles that popped up over the last 9 to 12 months. I was really, really, really trying to pound the table and say, guys, these are overdue for an extended period of digesting. And essentially over the last better part of the last 2 months, that's exactly what's taken place. So for me, I've really, I mean, I withdrew about 95% of my capital. So I built my account up from the first of the year up through about the 7th week of the year. I built my account up, something that I haven't done in the last few years. It was a random goal of mine, just kind of taking advantage of the liquidity, taking advantage of the market conditions. But when I sensed the market was starting to slow down, when I sensed that the environment for the spring and was going to be different than what it was in the winter, I scaled out um, tremendously. So scaling out that amount of capital also meant for me that I was going to be scaling back on my size. I was going to be, whatever my position sizes were in the early part of the year, the first 7, 8 weeks of the year, was going to be a fraction of that. Why? Because as conviction goes down, so too does size. And my conviction was really, really starting to dwindle. Um, so really, for the better part of the last 2 months, there just hasn't been what I consider to be high quality swing trades. And my goal as a content provider, as a co-operator of Trade with Traders, my goal is to provide, obviously psychological conditioning, but I also want to provide you guys with the best quality swings trade setups. And really, for the better part of the last 2 months, other than that Boeing trade that worked out and that QS trade that didn't work out, there really hasn't been much. There hasn't been a whole lot that I would consider even like a 4-star, let alone 5. So that's why, for me, I haven't been trading like that. It's just I've scaled back size, I've scaled back um, frequency. Everything's just scaled back like tenfold or more. It's been relaxing. It's been good for my mental kind of psychological kind of reset, um, because it was so foot on the gas all the last year and the start of this year. I was really close to burning out. I was really close to burning out. And I know personally the kind of market conditions and environments where I'm definitely going to start to burn out. And I sensed it with March and a lot of April with the choppier market. I could have been trading in it. I know how to scalp trade. My first 3, 4 years of my career, essentially the only way I made money was through scalp trades. I wasn't into swing trading yet. I was in out, in out, in out, making scalps. That's how I built my account up from for like the first 3, 4 years. So it's not like I don't know how to scalp trade. I scalp trade plenty. But scalp trading, and especially in the environment that it was, I just knew it was going to exhaust me. I knew it. And again, that comes from experience, that comes from trial and error, knowing that. as I'm sure there's a few of you who experienced a lot of the choppiness over the last couple months, and are thinking to themselves, damn, all I had to do was just not trade, kind of like what Matt was doing, and I would have saved myself X amount of dollars. Guess what? It's an experience. You paid your price. You learned. That's all you can ask for. As long as you learn, and as long as next time that we anticipate one of these choppier periods, then we can do the same thing together, and tell ourselves, okay, it's gonna be choppy. I know this type of environment burns me out, so I'm gonna scale back. I'm gonna kind of remove myself a little bit. But yeah, I mean, there's I've gotten quite a few messages about that, like am I trading? And oh, another question that I want to talk about was, I got this DM a couple days ago, but I've gotten it probably 5 or 10 times over the last month or two, and that's and I'm paraphrasing, but it's along the lines of like, is this the slowest I've ever seen the market? And I just kind of roll my eyes and kind of laugh to myself, because obviously no, the answer is no. But if it's a newer trader who's only been trading a year, maybe 2 years or something like that, to them this probably seems like it's like hell. Because you're so used to how the market was all of 2020, how fast paced it was, how much liquidity there was, how many sectors there were. There was so much going on all at once. And then, to go from that type of environment to a complete 180 to what it is now. Yes, the market's slow right now, but again, relatively speaking, the market right now is it's essentially it's normal. This is kind of a normal stock market. You don't have big sectors every day or every week. You don't have 5 stars or even 4 stars every day, and especially every week. Sometimes you have to go weeks, multiple weeks. Sometimes you have to go months. Um, and I think that's why, I mean, for experienced traders, we were spoiled last year, guys. Like, you have to remember that we spent 12 months of being incredibly spoiled. And that's, I know a lot of people want to think, this is the new normal because there's more traders and, all that stuff, but it's just not normal. And that's why I'm especially emphasizing and re-emphasizing, and I've been emphasizing the fact that we need that extended period of digestion, where we consolidate, we digest, we find a channel, and it takes time. It takes months. It might even take a year. Who knows? I don't know how long it takes. All I know is that we're overdue for it, and that it's necessary if we're going to continue. You can't go straight up. Um, so that's just a little bit about that. It's, this is not a quote unquote slow market. Relatively speaking, in terms of recent history, it is slow. But in the grand scheme of things, this isn't slow. This is normal. Um, and we're pretty spoiled, um, because the last year has been crazy. So it seems super slow and it seems super boring, but like, guys, that's the market. Like, that's how it is. That's how it's always been. That's how it's always going to be. Um, so yeah, just touch on that. I think these ladies that just got out of the car, I think they were celebrating 420, because I got a whiff. Happy 420. Um, the other topic I want to talk about. Um, so my tweet yesterday, and I would like to do a whole video about this at some point soon, but essentially my tweet along the lines of, the amateurs, in regards to trading, the amateurs are playing it like roulette and slots. Amateurs are playing it like it's roulette or slot machines. And what I mean by that, of course, is amateurs are, there's no strategy involved. It's mostly luck. They're blaming bad luck. They're not taking accountability. They're they're probably burning through their bankroll, and then when they get to zero, they double down and triple down until they make a little bit of money. And then once they have a good round, they think, okay, I got this. Those are the amateurs. Those are the roulette players and the slot machine players. That's not what we're doing here at Trade with Traders. That's not how Josh and I trade. That's not how, you know, the if you're reading a book about someone or you've seen a movie about someone, or that's not how the pros are doing it. I guarantee you that's not how the pros are doing it. The pros are playing poker. They're playing a whole different game. They're waiting for those pocket aces. I know that's exactly what I'm doing right now. That's literally what I've been doing the last 2 months. I've been waiting, 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 and I'm going to continue to be patient and wait and wait and wait until I get those pocket aces, or until I see something on the flop or in the river. And I'm waiting for my turn. I'm waiting for my hand. I'm playing poker, guys. And that's something that, like, I don't think a lot of people think about when it comes to trading. Like, oh yeah, um, am I going to be patient, or am I just going to kind of hit everything that comes up? And that's the difference, is that the long-term successful traders know what they're good at. I know damn well what I'm good at. I know damn well what I struggle with. I know damn well environments that are going to chop me up and spit me out. I know it because I've been doing it for 8 years, over 8 years. So it becomes easier over time to recognize, okay, I've got a pocket 2 and 4, and we're showing 8, 10, and Jack, right? Like, it's like, I can't play that. I have no business putting a bid on that, or raising that, or yeah, I'm folding, man. I'll fold. I'll fold for the next month. I'll fold for the next 6 months if I have to, because I'm not going to burn myself out, and I'm not going to burn through my capital if it's not a setup that I'm confident in. If it's not a hand that I'm confident in, I'm not going to raise. Am I stupid? Right? I mean, it's the same principle. So I truly believe from the bottom of my heart that that's like the best, like, analogy that you can cross reference to. Professional trading is like poker. Amateur trading is like roulette. So just think of that. Just think about it. I think I touched on everything I wanted to touch about. I'm bummed. I had this great video for you guys, and then I realized that I was on mute. Oh well. My goal for the next 24 to 48 hours, I want to do a Q&A at some point. So be on the lookout for that. Um, Other than that, guys, yeah, because I mean, Josh and I were at the start of the year. We were saying we're going to do a Q&A every other week. But when the market's slower, I feel like I just kind of owe it to you guys for the once a week Q&A. It's the least I could do. So look for that either tomorrow evening or Thursday, maybe even during the day. But just be on the lookout. I'll give you guys a heads up. But yeah, as always, guys, I'm rooting for you. Josh is rooting for you. I know the rest of Traders community is rooting for each other. So positive vibes, positive energy, and just keep in mind, we're patient. We're patient. We're patient. We're waiting. What are we doing? We're waiting for our pocket aces. That's what I'm doing. That's what I want you guys to do. Let's wait for those pocket aces, baby. All right. I hope everybody has a great rest of their day. We'll talk soon. Peace and love, y'all.